What do you think we should call the show? I mean, at home with Jeff and Liz, or
No, we're in our living room.
Yeah.
I think we should just in the living room with Jeff and Liz.
are you sure?
Well, it says right there, the living
Oh,
room.
Bobby Short in the living room. Well, okay.
All right.
Welcome to.
Oh,
What was
hi.
the name of it again?
Welcome to Jeff and Liz in the living room.
Or how about at home with Jeff and Liz in the living room?
Okay.
No,
All
wait a
right.
minute. We got to get this right.
Okay.
At home with Jeff and Liz in
In
our
the living room.
In the living room? Okay. Once
in
more.
our, wait.
No.
Or at home in our living room? No, I don't know. At home
At home with Jeff and Liz.
or in the living room with Jeff and Liz.
Ah, in the living room. Welcome to In the Living Room with
With
Jeff and Liz.
Ah!
We
Or
got it.
Wait. In the living room with Liz and Jeff?
I don't know, how is it done? Isn't it Regis and Kelly and Kelly and
Kelly
Ryan?
and Ryan?
Ah, you're right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what? You announce it then,
Welcome to In the Living Room with Liz and Jeff.
because you know what they say: happy wife, happy life. You're walking along the street, or you're at a party, or else you're alone, and then you suddenly dig. You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this must be the start of something. This could be the heart of something. This could be the start of something big. It is Friday, November 5th, 2021, and it is still the pandemic. We're still in the midst of the pandemic.
So crazy.
But welcome to the premiere of our talk show.
We've been wanting to do this for quite a while.
Yeah,
so.
we sure have. No, why haven't we wanted to do it for quite a while? Do we have anything actually to say?
Well, because we're so excited to be back in New York and,
Yeah.
and seeing all of our old friends and people
Well-
working, in the theater, and there's so much to share about.
I've
New York.
actually always thought that I had a gift for gab.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. So I figured, why not just turn it into something? It's so great to be in New York in the fall. This is my favorite time of year in New York.
It is.
In the
It's
autumn.
so beautiful.
And when the shows are opening up again, and thank God we can finally say that the theater is reopening. I've been to the theater like 5 or 6 times already. What do we see? We're seeing this week, well, I saw Passover, which I loved.
Yeah,
Which, by the
Spike
way,
Lee.
Spike Lee did film it for Netflix. But
So
there's
I'll
no-
be watching that.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing like seeing a live show.
But what was the first thing we saw during the pandemic? We went to see
Blindness?
Blindness, where
Blindness. Yes,
we
it was
with
wonderful.
headphones and
Yeah.
Juliet Stevenson's voice.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild.
But the chairs-
It's so nice now to be in a theater with,
It
with
is.
the
Yeah,
actors
absolutely.
physically in the theater
Yeah.
with you.
I love Blindness, and our dear friend Jane Berger produced it with her partner Daryl Roth. Oh my God, I didn't get
Yes.
that. Jane
Darryl
Berger produced Blindness, which we love, with Daryl Roth. The chairs were a little uncomfortable, but it was brilliant. Yes, that was the first pandemic show we went to see.
And
then I saw Thoughts of a Colored Man this week, which I loved. And we're seeing...
Well, we saw Lackawanna Blues this week,
Lackawanna
which
Blues.
was amazing.
Ruben Santiago Hudson was magnificent.
Incredible.
We had actually gone to see him a couple of weeks before, but his back was out. So they gave
had
us
to
our money,
cancel.
and we went and saw it again, yeah. So,
Oh, and I loved Dana H.
Oh, yeah. Dana H. is magnificent.
Gosh, Deirdre. Oh,
Deirdre O'Connell.
Deirdre O'Connell
is
was-
wonderful. Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
amazing.
So what have you been up to? What have you been up to? I know we live together, but what have you been up to?
Trying to organize, still unpacking.
Yeah.
4 years later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we moved back. Talk a little bit about our big move. We moved from LA.
Well, yes, we lived in Los Angeles for
25 years, yeah. Yeah, the story is that we moved to LA over 25 years ago so that I could work a little more as a casting director.
in film.
In film.
Because you were doing theater in New York.
We were casting theater in New York, and we moved to LA to get more work. And of course, my famous line is, you could stand on any street corner in LA and cast somebody else's B movie. So we went out there. We'd already had 2 children here, and we had our 3rd daughter in LA. We have
Yes.
3 daughters.
3 daughters.
What are their names?
Sasha, Lily and Isabella.
And what do they do?
Well,
The proud parents.
the proud parents. Okay, so Sasha, our oldest, well, are we allowed to tell everybody this?
Well, yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay,
Lay it on.
okay.
I mean, come on.
Just don't call them. Sasha, our oldest, is a talent agent in Manhattan.
Does she represent you?
No, I'm not big enough for
Ah,
her. I
yeah.
mean, if she represents you, you're either on Broadway or starring in a film or a TV show.
I
So
called her recently.
We're very proud of
I
her.
called her recently. I said, "Do you think you could represent Mom?" And she goes, "Dad, I need to get George Clooney." You know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Anyway,
Well, if
she's,
she wants
she's
the
amazing.
inheritance, she better send us out on something.
And our second daughter number 2, is Lily, who lives in Los Angeles. And Lily is an amazing actress and singer.
Went to Carnegie Mellon.
Went to Carnegie Mellon. And
Was on The Voice a few years ago. Serenaded by Alicia Keys to get her on her team.
you can Google her on The Voice.
Yeah, it was a YouTube sensation the day after. Guys, if you watch it, you can see us sobbing backstage when the chairs turn.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And she just got married this summer.
Yeah.
Yep, she got
Beautiful,
married to Jason
beautiful.
Goldstein.
Beautiful wedding.
Yeah. It was at the estate that Al Jolson built for Ruby Keeler at this beautiful home in Encino, which we'll tell you about later.
Another time.
Yeah.
So she's in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
but our youngest daughter, Isabella, who graduated, I believe, 2 years ago from FIT. She's a fashion designer and a stylist and is...
Has been living with us during the pandemic.
Well, yeah, she wasn't before the pandemic, but then she thought, well, it's only going to be, a month or two. I'll stay with you guys rather than being alone. And suddenly, a year and a half later, here we are. But it's great, and we love having her, and she's
May I just
really
throw
taken
in-
over the house.
Yes, may I just throw in that we were looking forward to becoming empty nesters. When we moved to New York, we wanted to move to an apartment in Manhattan, go to the theater, go out to dinner, meet with friends, and people used to say to me, "Aren't you going to be sad when your kids move out of the house?" I'm like, no, absolutely not. We did our 25 years. It's enough. But anyway, during the pandemic, our beautiful daughter Isabella lived with us, and she's into sustainability. So, and she's a vegan. Everyone's vegan
we're not
except for
all
me.
vegan.
Yeah, I'm pescatarian and I like my eggs. Sorry, not done yet.
But
We can't use saran wrap, tin foil, no plastic, and she's on us.
completely changed the way we live. And I think it's incredible.
What are those things we ordered? Instead of baggies, we've got the not silicone. But
Well, they are.
Yeah.
They're silicone
Yeah.
Ziplocs, so we use those, and you just keep reusing
Right.
them. We all have our own water bottles to take with us wherever we go. We all have our own metal straws that we use. We take with us.
And our producer Dave Morrissey, do you into sustainability?
Yeah, a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
Well,
It's a try.
Spend 5 minutes with Isabella, and you'll
She'll
shoot
change
fear of
you.
death in you.
Oh, my girlfriend does it enough.
We use
great.
beeswax
Yeah,
instead of
beeswax
saran
is
wrap.
great. Yeah.
What else do we do? Oh, and we have the silicone stretchy ones that we
Right.
put over the bowl
Right.
too. And we don't use any paper towel.
That kills
We don't
me.
use any paper napkins.
No, because when I fry my
we use
eggplants
cloth
up,
napkins, and it's so much more elegant. And you're doing laundry anyway, so why not just throw the napkins in?
no, that I like.
Yeah.
But when I fry I'm an Italian. I got a Jewish mother and an Italian father, which is like having two Jewish mothers, by the way. But anyway, I like to cook. My dad left me with the great legacy of cooking, and I love to cook. So when I make my eggplant caponata, and I have to fry up my eggplant, I needed to put on the paper towel to get the oil out of it,
Right,
to
to drain
soak
it,
to drain
to-
it, soak
yeah,
it up.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when I don't have the paper towel, Manaj, what am I going to do? So I miss paper towel for just that. Can I please have a little paper towel? Sometimes when I go to restaurants now, or there are restrooms,
steals.
I take a few pieces of paper towel. Don't tell anyone.
Well, not the paper. You take like the napkins
Yeah,
when they
yeah,
give you
yeah.
the napkin, and they're going to throw it out anyway.
Exactly,
So we'll
exactly,
take it home
yeah.
and use it to
Gotta
drain
think
our
quick on it.
eggplant.
So 3 beautiful daughters. One is married. I don't know about you, but I'm anxious to have grandchildren. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
But I don't want. Okay, I'm ready for grandchildren, but I don't feel that they are ready for grandchildren, so I don't want them to rush. I want them to work on their careers and You know, I mean, Lily just got married. I think she should travel and work, and she and Jason should have plenty of time to have fun. And, you know,
Okay,
we did. We had 3 years, right?
we did.
Yes,
That's
3
true.
years before we had daughter number 1. And I mean, Isabella's only 24. Give her, you know, give her another 6 years. Yeah, maybe she could meet somebody first.
During the pandemic, we had COVID, by the way. We got it right away. Just at the beginning, when nobody knew what it was or what to do, we started getting low-grade fevers, and we thought they were going to go away. And before you knew it,
We didn't even know we had it at first. We thought we had, Isabella thought she had a sinus infection.
right?
I
Well, she
thought I
did.
had an ear infection, and we were on antibiotics. And then we found
Well, fortunately,
out.
it staggered. Isabella got sick first, and then you, and then I did. So we could kind of take care of each other. But I had 104 fever at one point. The chills,
It was
infections,
awful.
it was awful, and you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't do anything. So we all huddled up and had a lot of banana bread.
A lot
and,
of banana bread.
But after 17 days, I got better, and I had lost 10 pounds. This was the best.
I found it.
I've been wanting to lose 5 pounds for years, and I got on the scale after the 17 days of being sick, and I couldn't believe it. I'd lost 10 pounds, so that was great.
Yes, Isabella and I were not happy about that. We didn't lose
No,
10 pounds.
no.
It's
Well, I couldn't eat. You'd put
so
something in
unfair.
front of me, and I just couldn't eat. I mean, I love to eat, but you'd put food
Well,
in
I
front
couldn't
of me.
eat either, but I didn't lose 10 pounds.
Well, okay. Anyway, our guest, we're so excited to be doing this show. We have so many wonderful friends in the theater
many
who are,
wonderful
we have
friends.
actor friends, writer friends, artists, and we love the arts, and we love culture, and we love talking to people who are talented and into the arts and keeping the arts alive for the next generation. So part of my dream in doing this show is to invite them on as guests. And
Absolutely.
our first guest today is our very dear friend, Larry King. I know what you're thinking, but I like to call him the other Larry King.
This one's alive.
This one's a lot, yeah. He is a brilliant pianist, jazz pianist and singer. And, well, he needs no introduction, but...
He's incredible.
Yeah, we went and interviewed him at his apartment, and that's coming up next.
For I'm not the guy who cared about love, and I'm not the guy who cared about fortunes and such. Never cared much, but look at me now.
Okay. Our guest today is a highly regarded jazz pianist, singer, and band leader. He has performed with his own trio and is a leader of his own big society dance band, the Larry King Orchestra. He has performed throughout New York in all the fabulous cabaret rooms like the Oak Room of the Algonquin, the Rainbow Room, the Russian Tea Room, Tavern on the Green, Windows on the World, and Our Living Room. Please welcome our very dear friend, Larry King.
Hello. Hello. So nice to see you.
Yes.
How are you?
We're here in your beautiful apartment.
Yes.
Oh, is that where we are?
Yes.
I was wondering. I thought, my God, you spent a lot of money on this place.
We don't waste.
I know. I know you're both
way.
serious.
Well, I'm going to start with the first
Please.
question.
Oh, okay.
I know that the two of you originally met when you were kids, and you both happened to be studying with the great Johnny Mahegan.
That is true.
So what I want to know is, before that, how did you get started? With your playing? How
Well,
did it all begin?
As you probably know, my father was a great pianist and composer and wonderful singer. He had an extraordinary voice. And my mother also sang. And so there was a lot of music in the house. And in kindergarten at age 5, I gave my first recital. And the sound of the applause was so intoxicating that it really set the course for the rest of my life. And
Is that where they got that lyric, the musical applause? When I was 5, I was in the school play.
For many of us, that's where it started, you know. And so that was the beginning. And then when I met John Mahegan, I was 13, and by then I had been floundering with a a not so good classical teacher at school, and I was bored with it, and I was going to give up. And my mother said, "You're not giving up. You're too much of a prodigy. We're going to find you a teacher you'll enjoy." And she said, "How about jazz?" And I said, "Sounds good to me. Let's give it a whirl." And that's how I came to John.
Wow.
Can you tell us about how you got into the cruise ship business?
Oh, well, I ran my booking agency and booked bands, my own band and other bands and other performers for several years, and was very successful. But it started getting to the point where it was almost running itself. I didn't need to be there every day. I didn't need to do much. The business was just flowing in. And I was sort of getting bored. And an agent that I had known came to me and said, "You know, you really should be working on cruise ships." And I said, "Well, A, no, because, you know, Simon Cowell says it's too cruise ship. And B, I have a business and a family and a life. I can't be away for periods of time on cruise ships." Well, long story short, he convinced me that I should try one. And I did. I did a cruise on a lovely Holland America ship in Norway. And I absolutely fell in love, not only with the job, you know, the work, but the lifestyle. I remember I was on the back of the ship having a drink, watching the fjords of Norway unfold before me, and I said, "This is an incredible way to live. I think I could like this."
Yeah.
And sure enough, I was very successful at it, and before that contract was over, they had offered me the next contract, and I accepted it, and then it just snowballed from there, and I've been doing
How many
it
years?
10 years. You reach a point in life to know where you're going to be for the next 6 months to a year, and to have a kind of a regimen, you know, and you know, aye, sir, I'm an officer, and I'm ship shape. I love that. You know, I like structure in my life.
Yeah.
And anyone who's lived or worked or cruised on a cruise ship knows that everything happens on time, and everybody follows the rules. And it's an environment that I thrived in, and the company I was with seemed to like me, and they kept offering me more and more and more work. I got offered some work with Disney, which I loved. I was on 3 different Disney ships and did that for a year and a half, and that was a dream come true. And I'm now with Princess, and Princess is a wonderful company, and I've sort of escalated up into a position called resident guest entertainer, where I'm sort of a featured performer now.
When I started speaking to you after you got off the ship and you guys had gone to Palm Springs for a while, you know, I'll never get on another ship again. I've had my 11 years.
I will admit that.
It was a good run. It's over. So when last we spoke, we were interviewing our dear friend Larry King at his New York apartment, and we were talking a little bit about being on the cruise ships and COVID putting an end to that. And even Larry mentioned that he may never get on another cruise ship again. And here we are on the Discovery Princess. And what brought you back?
Well, I did say that I would probably never be on another cruise ship again, having been through the horrendous experience of a pandemic coming to a ship I was working on. But Princess Cruise Line came to me in early 2021, said, "We're going to be going back into service this summer. We'd very much like you to come back, and we'd like you to inaugurate a brand new ship that we're putting into service coming out of the shipyard called Discovery Princess." So I thought about it, and I felt that since the pandemic was now entering its 2nd year, that it probably was time to get back to work and get back to life. And they made some concessions and gave me some perks and benefits related to my apprehension about the health environment and so forth. And long story short, I just decided to come back, and I went back into service last July on another ship called Sky Princess in the UK, and did a few months there, and then came to this ship in March of this year.
Well, we are so delighted to be here. You've been trying to get us to cruise with you for like 11 years.
Yes,
But
it took 11 years to get you out to sea.
Yeah, we're on a cruise to Alaska, and we did not pack for Alaska.
Oh.
We are New Yorkers, and we left all our winter clothes and scarves in New York. And in fact, our shopping included getting parkas and flannel shirts to brave the tundra. But tell me, you play, the Larry King Trio is playing in the Take 5 Lounge, which is really kind of incredible that there's a commitment to jazz and really good music and sophisticated music.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about the room itself.
Well, Princess Cruise Lines is the only major upscale cruise line that I'm aware of that is featuring and supporting jazz in any formal and ongoing way. And late in 2019, they came to me with this idea of inaugurating a new lounge called the Take 5 Lounge on its ships.
Well, on
Right.
that note, can we get you to sing something for us?
Absolutely.
You guys used to perform together, so
That's
I'd
true.
love to get a number. How's that?
I can't give you anything but love,
That's quite enough.
baby. Oh boy, that's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness. And I guess all those things you've always pined for, child, I'd like to see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you know darn well, baby, I can't give you anything but love.
Do another chorus together now.
I'm gonna do a solo.
Yes.
Listen to this.
Dream a while, scheme a while. You're sure to find, take it, take it, take it.
Happiness and I guess
All those things you've always pined for. Gee, I like to see you looking swell, and you certainly do, my
thank
darling.
you so much.
Baby,
Diamond bracelets, Woolworths doesn't sell.
who even knows what Woolworths is anymore?
Baby,
Till that lucky day, you know darn well. The turnaround, baby.
I can't give you anything.
I can't give you